let's look at the tibia. I'm going to put it on the table like this. I think it's more helpful than trying to hold it up. So we're going to look at, first of all, it says locate the following structures on the proximal end. So this would be the proximal end. And I put the fibula in there also for you to get an idea of what's medial and what's lateral. So the fibula is going to be lateral. So I'm going to move it out of the way right now and know that this is going to be the lateral end of the body for this individual, and this is going to be the medial. So if we look at the condyles, right? The condyles are always the part that's going to form the joint with the other bone. Then this one is going to be the medial condyle, and that's going to be the lateral condyle. So you'd have to know where the other bone is to know if you are dealing with right or a left. Okay, now instead of a groove between those two, we have something that comes up. So I'm not sure how well you can see it, but this bumps up instead of down. So we call it an eminence. So that is the intercondylar, because it's between the condyles, intercondylar eminence as it rises up here. The other section that we have to look at the proximal end of the tibia here, is the fibular articular facet. So if this was sitting here, as I showed you at first, it's going to leave an indentation here, a facet, like you pushing down with a finger, right? Leaves a mark on a yoga mat. So that facet there is from what bone? From the fibula. So it's going to be called a fibular facet. And those are the structures that you need to see on the proximal end of the tibia. Let's do them again. So lateral condyle, medial condyle, intercondylar eminence, and then the location where this pushes, where the fibula pushes, is going to be fibular articular facet. And it's kind of just a bump here that you'd be able to feel right there. We would move down onto the shaft of the tibia, and on the shaft is this definite bump here. You can feel this on your own knee. If you come down to your knee right now and go just beyond where your patella would be, you feel that bump. And that bump is called the tibial tuberosity. Tibial tuberosity. And then this sort of sharp edge, that's your shin. That's why you wear shin splints if you have any kicking sport. That has a name. That's the anterior crest or the anterior border of the tibia. Okay, I'm going to move down now to the distal end of the tibia and come and see this end here. So look at this protrusion. It's quite evident, right? It's not on the lateral side, it's on the medial side. So it's called the medial malleolus. Medial malleolus. And then this, where the number is, this one's been used for an exam on campus. Right where that green tape is, right there, that would be the articular surface, because it's a surface that's going to form a joint. Articular surface for the talus, which is on the foot. Okay, so right in there, articular surface for the talus, and then another notch right here where another section of the fibula is going to sort of fit inside there, leaving this notch. I mean, the pen work fits it really well in there. And that's going to be the fibular notch. You notice I'll rotate it a little bit. It's quite visible there. Okay, fibular notch. And then this one was the medial malleolus. And later I'll show you how it articulates with the foot. The fibula is the other bone that I've been showing you. And this is the one that's a little tricky to know which is the head and which is not. So let's see how visible this can be to you. This end is sort of stubby and looks more like a tooth. I'll rotate it for you there. And this end, to me, is less stubby, and it looks to me like a sock that would have a toe and a heel. Okay, so this stubbier end, the one that looks more like a tooth with this pointy tooth there, that's going to be the head. And this other end that looks more like a sock with a toe and a heel is called the lateral malleolus. It's a handful to say that, lateral malleolus. Okay, so proximal, distal for this bone. And I think those are all the structures that you need to see both on the tibia and the fibula. Thanks for listening.